Hello everyone, welcome to Dorothy Chia Piano, where I talk about all things piano teaching and piano learning. Today we're going to talk about fees. Before I delve into piano fees, let me digress a little bit because it's quite interesting, and me and my husband like to drink a cup of tea after our dinner, and just recently we were at Toastbox in Orchard Road. Toastbox is quite a famous brand. It's a local brand of little local cafes, and we will usually order a cup of tea after dinner, and we'll sit down and have a chat and discuss the weeks and events that have gone by, and it was a good chill time. And just this week my husband was saying to me that it was only in January that the same cup of tea cost $2.10 Singapore dollars. And today in April, that same cup of tea now costs $2.20. So the prices has crept up very quietly in just 3 months. Yes, you might say that it's only 10 cents. And let's do a quick calculation. So 10 cents out of $2.10 times 100 to get the percentage of increase is a 4.7% increase. 4.7 or 4.8, if we round it off, so that gives us an overall impression of what is the rate of inflation. So a small 5% every 3 months, that works out to be about 20% a year. And it might seem that it is very small. Now imagine that I do the same thing for piano fees, and I slowly increase your fees 5% at a time, and you have 4 increases in a year, and you'll find that your fees has gone up by 20%. But the good news is I don't do that. So I usually will time my fee increase every time the student moves on to the next grade. Which means if the student jumps 2 grades, then of course the fee go up 2 grades. And sometimes the fees increase is also accompanied by, let's say, a time increase. So let's say beginners, usually my beginners are grade 45 minutes lessons, and when they go into graded lesson, I give 1 hour lesson. So not all schools and teachers out there give 1 hour lesson. Most of them at the lower grade will conduct 45-minute lessons. Some commercial schools will include theory, and others will separate theory into a separate cost. So I do go into chat groups in Facebook, in different forums, and there are a lot of parents that will compare prices. How much are you paying for your child's piano lessons? Does your teacher come to the house? I think they are asking important questions, but I think you should also be asking what is the qualification of the teacher? All right, teachers the qualification can range from grade 8 to teachers having master's degree, like myself, or PhD degree, okay? Then you should also ask how experienced is this teacher, okay? And some teachers are maybe under 10 years of experience. Then you have teachers that are very experienced with over 30 years of experience in the market. So definitely someone with 30 years of experience will charge higher than someone less than 10-year experience. Someone with a higher qualification will charge higher than someone with a grade 8 qualification. So I think those are the kind of questions that parents should ask when they hire a piano teacher. The other thing is very important is to look at the track record of the teacher. Is this teacher producing students getting merits and distinction? Does this teacher organize concerts? Does this teacher send students in for competitions? Yeah, so, or this teacher is just doing the daily meal of piano lessons, and you just work on exam pieces week after week. All right, so you have the different types of teachers. Let's talk about fee increase. What's a reasonable rate of increment? And is increment across the board? That means if the teacher decides that, okay, I'm going to sit down and increase my fees for 2025, is there a jump? So 1 month ago, you're paying a certain rate, 200, and then let's say in January 2025 the fees is now 220. The time hasn't changed, the quality of the lesson hasn't changed, the fees has changed. Let's be realistic, there's always inflation. Okay, definitely 30 years ago when I started, I remember I think I was charging $80 for 4 lessons. The same piano lesson now is $250 for 4 lessons. So that's quite a hefty rate of inflation in the over 30 years. So I think there's that, yeah, teachers are making a living. So, and yet I think at the market, there are lots of teachers. You know, if you are not happy with one teacher, you can change to another teacher. But I do question why parents change teachers when they can afford the lesson, yeah, and they're happy with the lesson, the child is progressing well, and why stop or complain every time there's a fee hike? Fee hikes are normal, okay? And parents like to compare, so they'll compare one teacher with another teacher. I think all piano teachers are different. We all have different things to offer. And yes, you might go to a different teacher with a different experience and qualification, but results might differ, yeah? And the other thing I feel is piano teaching is a human relationship. That is the relationship that teacher and students has formed. So there is an unspoken understanding. As we teach, we try to understand how the student is learning. So that is definitely cannot be compensated with monetary terms. So there are lots of dynamics that go on into a piano lesson. You're not just paying for your child to learn the skill of playing the piano. That is one of the criteria, but there are lots of dynamics. And yeah, so that's my take on fees, fee increase every year, and how the teacher goes about increasing fees. So I've had my share of students leaving when they're not happy with me increasing fees. But I think this video is to go out and to give parents a realistic point of view from the teacher's point of view. We make a living, we are full-time teachers, this is our bread and butter. And if your cup of coffee and tea at Toastbox is increasing every 3 months, definitely we as piano teachers who are self-employed are also adjusting our fees to keep up with the rate of inflation going on. So till my next video, bye-bye.